street, 15 houses. Was when I moved here 12 years ago, no one knew anyone. A lot of rented properties, people coming and going all the time. It all started with a lady called Sue Thompson who used to live on Collygate Road. She approached me one day when I was outside doing some work on the house and said, would I like some baskets and planters outside my house? I said yes I would. 2 or 3 houses did it with her. Sue then moved and asked if I would keep it up. It took us a couple of years, but we eventually got all the properties involved. It's turned it into a nice street where it was just a bland, boring row of terraced houses, and now it's somewhere where people want to live. Next door but one last summer was up for rent. The young couple who have rented the property told me earlier this year that they actually decided to move onto this street because they thought it was so beautiful when they saw all the flowers in full bloom. But I do feel that because of what we've done, people have specifically targeted coming to live in this area. Now we are a community, we all know each other, we all get on very well, and a lot of the neighbours get involved with all the plants and the flowers. Colour scheme this year was supposed to be red, white and blue for the Jubilee and the Olympics. Unfortunately the blue has turned out to be purple. But we have got a lot of red and white.
Grow some healthy things, and we like to be a healthy school with our gardens and stuff. We like to put lots of things in here. We take a lot of ideas. School council take a lot of ideas of saying what do they want on the playground in the garden and stuff. We're taking all this mud and then putting them around these sunflowers
into the beans.
Yes.
Beans.
Tell me what you do when you find a snail.
Well, we pick it up.
We pick it up and then throw it over the fencing from
Bon voyage, escargot.
It's like a sign for the Olympics.
One of them is Australia, one of them is Asia.
One of them is
Europe.
One of them is
South
Africa.
North and South Africa, and the last one is New Zealand, I think.
We're gonna put flowers. In the red one, we're gonna put red flowers.
See,
and then in the green one,
if you can see,
green flowers. And then yellow in the yellow
These
box,
are
and then
green.
blue in the blue. And then,
yellow flowers, that's blue.
and then
That's
like
black.
kind of bluey, like kind of purpley black in the black one.
What's the
Apple, could be peach. So orchard, cherry, yeah, good. You know what we've got in the orchard. So what does it mean? It's a part of the garden with what grows in there? Plants which produce what? Fruit, of course. Orchard.
This one is still a little bit creamy, whitish. Don't take this one. The best indication for when it's ready is, does it come off? Yes, it does. Does it come off? No. Leave it to ripen for tomorrow. How many each? You haven't counted. You just went and you made sure that everyone. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to count it. This year, there hasn't been that much sun. It's been low. We've had loads of rain. The way the fruit gets really sweet is the sunshine. That's what gives it the sweetness. So they might be not that sweet. I would like to try one without any sugar, because you can see how strong the flavor is. And when you grow up, maybe you will plant yourself one plant, and look how many raspberries you can have from one plant. Lots, every time. We still have got 10 minutes of work. So, listen what we need to do. The red circle, Olympic circle, the plants need to be planted in. We need to transport the bed from the nursery and start filling it with the soil for the Jubilee bed. Leandro, I think you like them. I was just watching you eating them. Well done. Let's stick the dishes together. Mohammed, I think we'll have yours later.
I don't want it.
They won't get wasted, I'm sure.
put it this way, it's a very unique and different garden to every other garden I think is in the meadows. It's very small, it's got water features, it's got planting, focal plantings as well, gravel areas, rock arrays, large rock arrays as you can see, and a lot of colour hopefully when the summer officially comes out. It was basically started about 10, 11 years ago, which started off with just a small concrete pond, a little sort of like terracotta water feature with a pump sticking up the back of it. And it's been a continual challenge. Every year I want to do it different and bigger and better. This year there was a big waterfall feature across here, and it sort of like, it didn't work. Basically, it didn't work at all. Leakages and everything. So we turned what I call Arthur's Seat into a cascade planting area. So basically, you can have hanging, trailing basket stuff that's there. I've changed the colour of the pool to make it a Mediterranean type of feel, and introduce gravel. I love the people to come past, get an inspiration from the garden so they can get a feel for what they can do with a small garden, and then try and adapt it into their own garden, the family member's garden. And it's not just the neighbours, I mean, because this is a main walkthrough from one end of the meadows to the other, and even strangers come past, and I've stood out here having a cup of tea and they just stop as soon as they hear the water. They just stop and they just turn around and say, that's a very unusual garden and it's really nice. Well, we've actually won the Nottingham City Homes one. That's one that they've held for 75 years, and we've won that 3 times. And we normally enter the Nottingham and Bloom one, which we've actually got silver awards for the container displays, what we do for the hanging baskets. And we've actually won the Silver Guild award twice for the medal.